Good morning, Lachlan One, and whoever else is joining us today. Welcome. I shouldn't say we. I don't know if you can see. My dog is on the couch behind me. I don't think you can see him. Kai, there he is. We are happy to see you here today. It's just me and Kai at home hanging out, and I thought I would pop in and do our morning lesson. I got up today. I read a little bit. I want to make sure that you know that I'm reading. So I have my book right here. This is what I'm reading, amongst other books. And I wanted to make sure if I'm expecting you to read every day, I need to let you know that I'm reading. And so that's what I'm reading. It's about a little girl and some kids on this island. I'm not really sure if I like the story, so we'll see how it turns out. But I wanted to say good morning to you, and let's start our day with our morning song. Can we do that? Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. I'm fine, hope you are too. How are you today? Reach to your neighbor and shake their hands. Reach to your neighbor and shake their hands. Reach to your neighbor and shake their hands. How are you today? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I was thinking about that song last night. Did you know that right now we're not really supposed to shake each other's hands because of the virus that we might get sick or get somebody else sick? So I was thinking, what else can we do in our song instead of shaking hands? Reach to your neighbor and touch elbows. Reach to your neighbor and touch elbows. Reach to your neighbor and touch elbows. How are you today? What about that? I think we'll change our song to that until we can get back to school. What do you think? Good? And I'll come up with some other fun things to do. Well, here we are again on another day. Let's do what our weather is. Can you guys find a window and figure out what the weather is today? Remember, everybody's my weather helper today. So let's see. I'm going to give you a second to see, and then we're going to sing our song, okay? What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather today? Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it rainy? Is it snowy? Is it windy? What's the weather today? What is the weather today? I think it's kind of cloudy outside. Do you know I was going to have our lesson outside today, and so I went outside with the dog this morning, and I decided it was too cold. And I decided to do our lesson inside at my desk for another day. Hopefully we'll get outside soon. All right, so welcome. Welcome for those of you who haven't been here before. Welcome to those of you who are in my class. Today is the 17th of March. So normally we would count to 17, wouldn't we? So can we count to 17? I'm going to tap my desk, and you are going to tap your knees. Let's count to 17. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Very good. I wonder, how do we write that numeral 17? I've got my book here. Let's see. How do we write that? And look, I've got a gigantic pencil today. Do you like my big tall pencil? Isn't that great? Look, here's a small pencil, and here's a regular pencil, and here's my very tall pencil. Isn't that great? My friend gave that to me. So let's write number 17. Let me get a blank piece of paper. Are you ready? So if I were going to write the number 17, I would need a 1. Right? And then if I were going to make a 7, I'm going to go across the sky and slant the line. We make a 7 every time. So there's the number 17. Now remember, if I erase this 1, let me erase this one. What numeral is that? Let me give you a hint. Let me do our 10 frame. 2, 3. Here's our 10 frame. 7. Here's our 7 dots. Remember, the top is 5, 6, 7. 7. Good. All right, so 17 and 7 today. I like those numbers. Can you find something in your house to count 7 of? Maybe Legos or toys, stuffed animals, socks. I have some of these wood pieces I showed you yesterday. Aren't those great? And I will have count 7 of those, okay? So help me count. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 of those. Can you see those? Can you help me? I'm going to push them together so you can see them all. And then we're going to count them together. 7. We're going to do 7 today. Are you ready? I'm going to use my big pointer pencil. And we're going to count. Can you count with me? Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, a sneaky, sneaky fox came and took 2 rectangle wood pieces away. And he hid them. I wonder how many we have left. Let's count. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 wood pieces take away 2 wood pieces equals 5. Good. Now that sneaky fox is going to come back, and let's see what else he's going to steal. He stole 3 wood pieces. Can you see? How many do we have left? You should be able to look with your eyes and see. 2. Very good. Good job. Good counting. We'll get those wood pieces out again. They're always going to be with me, and we'll practice our counting. Isn't that great? We got to look out for that sneaky fox. Or maybe it was that sneaky Mickey behind me sitting on the couch. Do you think he came up and stole my wood pieces? He better give them back, right? If he's going to stay at my house. So we'll save those wood pieces for another day. All right. So do you remember what letter we talked about yesterday? What letter did we talk about yesterday? What letter is that? F, that's right. Big line down, little line over, little line, F. And here's our big hook. My little F's didn't look like that yesterday when we drew, did we? So F. And what sound does F make? Let me hear you. I want to see that lip tucked in. Good. F. Who remembers, don't look, who remembers one thing that was in my bucket? Can anybody, let me hear you. All right. For those of you who forgot or weren't here yesterday, let's see what things begin with F in my bucket. Miss Lori's favorite sport. Football. Football begins with F. Let me hear that. Football. Very good. Well, I'm going to put that in front of you so you can see. Did somebody say fish? I hope they did, because fish certainly starts with F. I hear that sound. Fish. Football. Very good. Miss Lori has 2 of these in her room. Fan. Fan. It helps with noise, and then it helps us cool off, doesn't it? F. Fan. Let's say that together. Fan. Excellent. Oh, what numeral is this? 4. 4. Excellent. 4. And we love this. What is that? A feather. Feather. Starts with F. Feather. Very good. So those things, and we got our uppercase F and our lowercase f. And you can floss. You better stand up right now and let me see you do some flossing and flossing and floss. I'm not a good flosser. You guys know that are in my room. Floss for me. This is the letter F. F begins with floss. Okay, let's say goodbye to our feather. Bye, feather. Say goodbye to our football. Bye, football. Say goodbye to our fish. Goodbye, fish. Say goodbye to our fan. And goodbye to our numeral 4. Good. Excellent. We'll write in a minute, but I thought we'd do some Play-Doh because Miss Lori loves Play-Doh. For those of you that were in my class yesterday, those of you who were in my class last week, do you remember what smell I put in my Play-Doh? Does it smell like peppermint? And parents, if you're watching, later on we're going to do a cooking activity probably this week or next, and I'll actually make Play-Doh. It's something that you can easily do at home with things that you probably already have. The only thing you may not have is cream of tartar, which is a spice found in the spice aisle. I don't know if it's a spice. I'm not a chef, but it's something that you cook with. It's found in the spice aisle, cream of tartar, and it's what makes it soft. And so it's really easy to make at home. When I have Play-Doh at school for kids, I usually make it. I like it because it's soft. It's not as good as purchasing Play-Doh for the kids because the Play-Doh is what builds those muscles in their hands to help with their fine motor skills. Also, clay works if your kids are having trouble with their writing. If you get some clay, or I have this thinking putty. You'd find this we were looking at this at Target the other day. This is thinking putty. I can't get it open. And the thinking putty is a little bit harder to use, and it causes the kids to use their muscles and their fine. I can't open that. I don't know what's going on with me. My fine motor skills aren't great today. This thinking putty will help them with their fine motor skills. And Miss Lori will have to open this later because I cannot get these open. But I'll show you these. These are just thinking putties that you can get at the store. These little tins cost less than $3, and it really helps them work the muscles in their fingers. I like this because it's soft. I'm not a huge fan of writing, and so when I have to use my hands a lot, this really works my muscles and my hands a lot more. So either one is really good for them to have on hand, but I'll give you that recipe later this week. It's really easy. All right, but we're going to use this to make the letter F. So do you remember what kind of lines did I say we needed for our uppercase F? We need a big line, don't we? So I'm going to roll my Play-Doh out. And we're going, I know you don't have Play-Doh with you, but can you guys make that rolling motion with me on the floor or on the coffee table? F. We're going to make that big long line. Woo, look how big long my line is. Okay, and then how many little lines did we need? Do you remember? We only needed how many? Let's look at our letter F. We have our big line. How many little lines do we need? That's right, we need 2 little lines. So I'm going to roll. Can you help me make that rolling motion? I'm going to use one hand this time. Can you use one hand? So here's my little line. And then I'm going to make another whoop. I'm going to make another one. F. Can you see that? It's hard to see, isn't it? Let me see if I can. I didn't bring my wood pieces home. Woo! Here, F. Letter F. F. Okay? Let's see. What shape? So we made the letter F. Let's see if I can make a lowercase f before we do some shapes. I'm going to do a lowercase f. Now, I need a long curvy line because at the top of my lowercase f, where's my lowercase f? There's a little turn, isn't there, at the top of my lowercase f. So I have a little turn up there. So I'm going to need to make a little bit of a longer line. Let's see. Can you help me make that rolling motion? Roll. Good. And I'm going to make this, set it back a little bit. Is that a good turn? It's hard for you guys to see, I know. And then I'm going to make a little line. to go across. There's my F. Here, let me lay it on a lid. Here, let me lay it on my folder, and then I can pick it up. Here we go. F. I made my turn at the top, and a little line, F. Whoop. There's my F. Yeah. And you guys can make your letters at home. We do roll-a-dough letters at school quite often, where I give them a letter, and then they'll make it with the dough, and they really like that. So I also told you I was going to make some shapes that you have to guess. Now don't look. I have to roll out my dough. Can you help me roll? Roll, roll. Let's do roll 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. All right, here we go. What shape is this? What shape is that? That's right, it's a circle. All right, now I'm going to make a harder one. I'm going to use my same line, and you have to figure out, I need to make it longer. So help me roll that dough out. Okay, let's see if I can make it. I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to do a small one. Do you think you know what I'm going to make? Let me smush it together so when I pick it up. What shape is that? Can you see what shape that is? That's right, it's a triangle. Very good. All right, good job. All right, let's put our dough away. Say goodbye, dough. I'm going to put that down there, and we'll save it for another day. I took all of our Play-Doh home because I knew once we got back to school it wouldn't work, so I figured we would have it at home. So there's our Play-Doh. All right, we got our letter Fs. Are you ready for books? I kind of have a fun activity after one of our books, but we're going to start with this one. We've never read this at school, but this has great rhyming words. Do you remember what rhyming words were? Rhyming words are words that sound alike at the end. So let me think. Dog and log. Those two are rhyming words. Let me think of some other ones. Feet and street. Do you hear that? Feet, street, feet, street. Those are rhyming words. And this book is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. We've never read it. And it is called, I've never read it at school yet this year. It's called, Is Your Mama a Llama? Is your mama a llama? Look at that little llama. Isn't he furry and soft? Is Your Mama a Llama? And this one is written by Deborah Guarino. She's the author, and the illustrator is Stephen Kellogg. Is your mama a llama? I love this little llama. Look. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. Do you see? What kind of animal? No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. She hangs by her feet, and she lives in a cave. I do not believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you are right about that. I think that your mama is what is your mama? A bat. Do you see? A bat. She hangs by her feet. Look, she's got her little baby there wrapped up. She lives in a cave. All right. So, is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I do not think llamas have all of those things. Oh, I said, you don't need to go on. I think that your mama is a... Now you're going to yell duck, but duck doesn't rhyme with... I don't think you need to go on. Duck doesn't rhyme with on, does it? She's a swan. See that? You probably have seen those around, right? Swans can be white. Mostly they're white. Good. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass, and she likes to say moo. I don't think that is what a llama would do. Oh, I understand now. Excuse me. I think that your mama must be a, say it, cow. Good job. She's saying moo. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. She's got flippers and whiskers, and she eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite in that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. Feel and seal rhyme. Good, see? She's a seal. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. Can you see Rhonda? She's little. Can you see Rhonda? I asked my friend Rhonda. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. She's got big hind legs and a pocket just for me. So I don't think a llama is what she could be. Oh, I said, that is certainly true. I think your mama must be a kangaroo. Look at that special pocket in there just for that baby. Huh? Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears and long lashes and fur. And you of all people, should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas, Lloyd, 'cause you are one too. Yeah, you're right, I told my friend Lynn. You're right, my mama's a llama. And this is the end. There they go. Isn't that fun? I love llamas. They're nice and soft. Those were different animals in there, weren't there? That's a good one. We'll probably read that one again. All right. I'm going to do my fun book. Okay? We may not get to our last one today, but I'm going to do our fun book. You guys haven't read this book. This is one of my favorite books. Now, you're going to say, Miss Laura, you say that all the time. I have a lot of favorite books, and it's true. But this one is fun because we can act it out. And you can act it out after we get done off of the video. I'm going to act it out. I'm going to try and do something from this book while we're on, and that you can watch me. But this book is called Caps for Sale. Now, a cap is another word for a hat. And where do hats go? That's right. They go on our head. And I want you to look very closely at this book. Do you see what's hiding behind the tree? That's one of our words, behind. Who's hiding behind the tree? The caps are in front of the tree, and the monkeys, that's right, are behind the tree. I wonder what those sneaky monkeys are going to do. Let's find out. The other word that I need to tell you about is the word peddler. Can you say that with me? Peddler. That's a fancy word. There's another fancy word. Just like cap, okay, so cap is a fancy word for hat. A peddler is a fancy word for a salesperson. And this person in our book sells caps. And he carries them in a different way. He doesn't carry them in a cart or a bag to sell to people. He carries them on top of his head. Whoa, look how many position words we had. Behind. The monkeys were behind the tree. The caps are in front of the tree. The man is up in the tree, and he's carrying his caps on top of his head. Oh my word, we're using our words all over the place. All right, are you listening? Okay, here we go. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. Wares are what he sells. That's another fancy word. This book is full of them. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had on his own checked cap. then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. And as he went, he said this: "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps. Nobody even wanted a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he. And he walked out of town slowly so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb his caps. Then he put his hand up to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then the brown caps, and then the blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Do you sleep for a long time? Sometimes I do. The peddler slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Friends, what's missing? That's right, his caps. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. But all he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him. No caps. He looked to the left of him. No caps. He looked in back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Where do you think they went? There was a clue on the front of our book. Who do you think stole those caps? The monkeys did. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch, whoops, I forgot to turn the page. On every branch, there was a monkey. And on every monkey, there was a brown or a blue or a gray or a red cap. Oh my goodness, those monkeys took his caps. How do you think he felt? That's a question. How do you think that peddler man felt? Could be surprised. Somebody took my caps. He could feel sad. Somebody took my caps. He could feel angry. Somebody took my caps. Let's see. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. And finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you!" shaking his finger at them. "You give me back my caps!" But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Zzz." This made the peddler very angry, so he shook both his hands at them and he said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Zzz." Now he felt quite angry and he stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, zzz. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry, and he stamped both his feet and he shouted, "You monkeys, you! You, give me back my caps!" But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Zzz, zzz, zzz." So do you realize what was happening? Everything the peddler did, the monkeys copied. They didn't understand what he wanted. So the peddler had to figure out a different way. Well, at last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and he threw it on the ground. And he began to walk away. Remember, the monkeys were following what he was doing. So when he threw his hat on the ground, what do you think the monkeys did? That's right. Each monkey pulled off his cap. And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps. He put them back on his head. First, his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and on the very top, the red caps. And slowly, slowly, he walked back out of town, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." That's one of my favorite stories. Don't you love it? The monkeys took those, sneaky monkeys took those caps. Now, I have something to tell you. I like hats. I have a lot of hats. I don't have just a little bit of hats. I have a lot of hats. So, I bet you guys have hats in your house. So I thought this would be a fun activity. So, I don't have anybody here, but I'm going to show you what you can do. So, you can collect all the hats in your house. And you can have one of your siblings, your brothers or your sisters, or maybe your mom or dad. They could be the monkey and they could steal your caps. But first, I want you to see how many hats you can stack on top of your head. Do you think you can stack 5? Do you think you can only stack 2? I don't know how many hats I can stack on my head, but would you like to see me try? I have a lot of hats over here. Are you ready? All right. So, I have all of these hats. I have a lot of hats. And I brought my hats out. I don't know if I can stack all these hats. You can't see me, so I'm going to have to put these hats over here. All right. Whoop. Okay. So, I'm going to start off with this hat. Okay. We're going to start. I have one hat on my head. Now I think I'm going to do a couple of these down here. So I'm going to do 1, then I'm going to do 2, then I'm going to do 3. These are easy to stack. Oh wait, I have another one. Let me do one of these. 4. So now I have 4 on my head. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, are you ready? Now it's going to get hard. Okay. Have a green hat. 5. 6, 7, I need some more. Here we go. 8, now, can you bear with me? I'm going to turn the camera so that you guys can see. Are you ready? I'm going to turn the camera so you can hopefully see how many hats I get on my head. So I lost count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 hats on my head. Do you think I can do more? Okay, here we go. This is 9. 9. Okay, let's see if I can do 10. Uh-oh. 10. It's getting heavy. I have 10 hats on my head. 10, people. You think I can do more? All right. So that's 10, 11, oh, dear, 12. I have 12, guys. Oh, no. 12. Okay, here's another one. Oh, 13. Now, my head. Ooh, I feel like I need to do this. My hats are heavy. So I have 13. Okay, here we go. 14. Here's some more. 15. Uh-oh. It's getting really heavy now. 16. Uh-oh. Here we go. 17. Uh-oh. Do I have any more? I do. I only have one more. I have 18 hats on my head. 18. And it's very heavy. And I'm afraid to get up because I think that my hats are going to fall. But do you see all my hats? I have 18 hats on my head. I can wiggle them. And I'll say, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Do you think I could put my glasses on? Then I have my caps. Then I could really be selling things. Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Would you buy a cap from me? Do you remember what's another word for cap? Do you remember? Another word for cap is hat. And do you remember in our story, the peddler was someone who sold things. A peddler is someone who sold things. And in our story, what did he sell? That's right, he sold caps. Very good. Do you think I should teach the rest of the time with this? No, these are very heavy. So this is what you can do at home. I want to know how many hats you can stack on your head. And I want your parents to text me and tell me how many hats you got on your head. Because that's a fun challenge. Then I want you to get up and try and walk with those hats. Now, I'm not going to because you're not going to be able to see me if I get up and walk away. But I want to know if you can get up and walk down the hall and come back without spilling the caps on the floor. Okay? I'm going to take some of mine off. There we go. Woo! I didn't realize I had so many hats. I have a lot of hats. I'm just going to leave one on my head. Hello. We're going to finish up with a writing activity. So while you guys get some paper and some crayon and a pencil or marker, I want you to go get it now if you don't already have it. And I'm going to turn our camera back the other way. And then I'm going to get ready for our writing activity, okay? So can you go do that? Go do that quickly. And I'll wait for you. And I'm going to write today with my big pencil. And I'm going to grab my paper down here. And we're going to turn to our paper. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes so you guys have time. Okay? All right, good. Now, yesterday we did the letter F. Remember? We did the letter F. Today, since we talked about caps, I really want us to practice our letter C's. Okay? And you guys are going to tell me, I can already hear you. Mitchell will say, that's so easy, Miss Lori. Always. The C's are great, and I love to make a C. And the uppercase C and the lowercase c look exactly the same. So we just have to do our big curves. Big curve, letter C. I'm still practicing. It's hard to write backwards. So there's the letter C. Can you do a big curve? Let's do another one. I'm going to set my paper down and write it, and then I'm going to show you. So we're going to do a big curve. There's the big curve. Letter C. Okay? And when we do our small c, our lowercase c, it looks exactly the same, but we're going to use our little curve. So we're going to do I'm going to show you a little curve, and then I'm going to turn. So little curve would be like this. Little curve, right? Little curve. Good. Little curve. Can you make, I want you to take a second, and I'm going to turn my page. I want you to make two big curve C's and 2 little curved C's, okay? Let's do that together. I'm going to do 2 big ones. Uppercase C, 2 big C's. So we're going to use our big curves. And then I want you to use 2 lowercase c's, 2 little c's, 2 little curves. You see mine? And then I want you to show me. Okay? See those c's? We just use those curves. Caps begin with that letter C. Cap. Let's see, can we think of another? Cat. And catfish starts with C, right? And corn. So we love all those things. So those are our big C's. Good job. And before you end, we're writing our name today. Okay? For those of you going to kindergarten in the fall, remember, we're using the first letter is uppercase and the rest of the letters are lowercase, okay? If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then write all of your letters in the way that we've been doing it all year with uppercase, okay? So I'm going to write my name, and then I'm going to show you, and then I want you to show me you wrote your name, okay? So I'm going to just pause a minute. We're going to write our names. This is the time that we write our names. We are getting bigger every day. Did you like that song? I can hear Lasana saying, no, Miss Lori, that is not a good song. I did not practice that. So I'm going to write my name. I only have 4 letters in my name. See? L. Whoop. O. R. I. Good. And if you didn't get your name written yet, that's okay. We're going to keep practicing. Today, every day, I want you guys to practice your name for me because we're getting ready for kindergarten, aren't we? And if you were at school, we would practice writing our name every day. And so I want you to be able to do that. What are some of the other things that we do at school that you could do at home? How about we brush our teeth at school, don't we? Can you guys still do that at home? Yeah? Good. Do you remember our toothbrushing song? So we could do the toothbrushing song. You could brush your teeth. What other things do we do at school that you could do at home? Can you think of something else? What about eat breakfast? Can you eat breakfast? Yes, you can eat breakfast. For breakfast, what did you have for breakfast today? Guess what I had? I had an egg and some bacon, and I had some grapes for my breakfast today. And I'm drinking my water. Do you see my water? What are you guys doing today? Let's see, what else? Can we play? We play at school, don't we? We might not have some of the same toys that we have at school that you have at home, but you can still play, and you could still learn and be creative. Can we make pictures? Can you make pictures? Oh man, I miss all of your pictures. I miss all of the gluing that you guys have been doing with the little pom-poms and all of your construction paper. Oh, I miss that. I have an activity that I'm going to do tomorrow that you guys could probably do at home, and we'll do some gluing and some cutting tomorrow. So you guys can watch that. What else can we do? Can you sing? Yeah. Parents, we like Cuckoo Kangaroo. There's some great songs on Cuckoo Kangaroo. What's one of our songs? We learned a new one called Shake Your Foot. And the kids love it. They think it's silly, but they love it. And then we do mozzarella pizza. Mozzarella pizza. Oh, right? Do you remember? Sticky, sticky waffles. So Cuckoo Kangaroo is a great thing on YouTube that the kids love to sing. So you guys, we can sing at home. We can sing at school, right? So we're doing some of the same things already. So I want you to continue. I want you guys to do that. I don't want you to be on TV all day, although watching a little bit of TV is a lot of fun. Miss Lori's going to do that. I want you to read. I want you to brush your teeth. I want you to eat. I want you to play. I want you to count. I want you to go outside, play in your yard, if your mom and dad say it's okay. And those kinds of things. I want us to do some of the same things that we're doing. at school as we're doing our, I want you guys to doing some things at home that we do at school. So if you guys need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. You're extraordinary. Remember, that's our fancy word this week. It means super, super special. You are extraordinary. Do some extraordinary things today. See ya.